Hi everybody. After you've learned a little bit about block programming recently using Blockly, .games, the maze, the bird, and after we use some of the JavaScript, I think at this point it's time to take you into an app that I am thrilled about because it's all about virtual reality and creating your own virtual reality. This is a really exciting program called CoSpaces, and there's just so much you can do here. You literally can choose any of your environments, any of your sprites or characters to animate, have them talking, singing, dancing, tell a story, almost using it like a storybook, making music, anything at all. It's really an amazing way to practice these new skills that you're learning regarding programming, but you do it in a place that's really a lot of fun and there's a lot of student choice for you. So I wanted to make this quick video just to show you a little bit about how to use some of the basics. So as you can see, once you get into CoSpaces, which I will put in my posting and I'll explain it to you, once you actually log into CoSpaces, you'll get to a place where you can click on create a CoSpace. So I'm going to create a CoSpace now. And the first thing I want you to know is you're going to be working with a three-dimensional environment right here. So I go over to my empty screen and I click on that. Now I have a camera right here, and wherever that camera is pointing, it's going to actually show what's happening in front of it. So I'm going to go down to this corner of my screen, and you'll see it says Environment. I'm going to click on Environment. I'm then going to click on where it says Edit, and I think that I will choose an environment of the ocean. So I'm going to click right here. So this eventually would be my ocean, and then I think that, let me go back and just double check that I am in the ocean. Nope, this is the ocean right here. Here we go. You can see the waves actually moving. Again, we still have our camera here. I'm now going to go over to where it says Library, right down here in the bottom left. Click on it. Oh, I think my environment changed. Let's go back and make sure. All right, so while we straighten out our environment, which we want to get back to the ocean, there we go. We're going to go to Library, and I'm going to go to, let's see, Characters. Nope, I'm going to go to Animals. And then I'm going to go down here and choose the water. So I want animals in the water. Okay, so I have a lot to choose from. I'm going to scroll over, and I think for now I'm going to take my whale and drag him up right behind my camera, so that way they're in front of the camera actually, so you can actually see what's happening. Now, first thing you need to do, always, is when you drag something up like this, double click on it. You will get a screen that looks like this. Click on where it says Code, and click on Use in CoBlocks, because CoBlocks is the type of block programming you need to program this whale or anything you're choosing. Now you can just get out of that. Now, there's a lot of things that I can choose to do already right here. I think, let's see, I think I'll go up to Animation. And let's see, what do I want him to do? Oh, let's have him breach. So breach means he's going to come up and down. Actually, let's go to jump. That'll be really cool to see him jump. You can see him behind me jumping. And I'm going to X out of that. And I also think I'm going to go to speech. And maybe I'll have him say something. But there are areas in here where you can record your own voice. But let's see, if I want him to say something in a speech bubble, I might put, let's see, I might put, hi everyone. All right, and now I'll click that. And what I'm going to do is go over and show you what my code looks like already. This is what the code looks like. I come over to, when you click on the code button up in the top right, it opens up a window, and you must again click on CoBlocks. So this is where I can also do a lot of things with him. So first of all, let me just play him for now. And you can see Let me get rid of this part. You watch, you can see him rolling. You'll see him bopping around. And you'll see him jump and splash saying, "Hi, everyone." So that's one way to program him. I'm going to reset it, and I'm going to go over to my icon here that tells me how to code it in CoBlocks. Oops, let's go back to what we were working on. So if we go over to the coding area, you'll see all the different things you can do. For example, I might want an event or a control, like I might want to do this forever or repeat it maybe 1 or 2 times. There's operators, different things you can do. You can say if it does this, great. If it's true and it happens, then you change what it does. Or if it's false, you have it do something else. I know that sounds a little bit confusing, so I think we'll stick to some of the basics. So I'm going to pull over this block right here, which says move whale 1 meter forward. I could choose backward, but we'll say forward. Actually, we'll say to the right. I'm going to have him move 2 meters, and see how I can change this? And we'll call it in 2 seconds. Okay? So that's one of the things that we can do. Also, as we scroll down, you'll see all these different things like actions. The whale can think certain things, do certain things. Now look, there's sound. So you can actually make sounds, or you can make sounds. So if I click on sounds, it says no sounds. But if I go back to this area, there is a way to actually record your own sounds. We'll go back to that in a minute. So let me pull that out of here. And let's just see what happens so far when we click on this. Now you might not be noticing, but he's actually moving over just a little bit to his right. That's because we programmed him that way, as you can see. So we're going to reset again, and we'll go back. Hopefully you can see in my screen. All right. If I wanted to add something else to my screen, I can. Watch, I can X out of this, and I'll go right over here, and we're going to continue with what we were just doing because unfortunately it cut off the recording. So if I go over to my library and click on library, it gives me lots of different things to do. I can go back and get something else like a dolphin, and I can drag the dolphin up and put him up there. Again, the first thing I need to do is double click on the dolphin. Make sure I click the code button. Make sure I click on use in CoBlocks and then X out of it. Then I can animate the dolphin. I might want him to do a jump or a high jump. But again, I can also go over here to where it says code, click on it. And remember before where it said move whale? Well, if I add this, I can choose either whale or dolphin now. I'm going to stick to working on my dolphin. I'm going to make sure that he moves forward. And we're going to choose a number of seconds. I think we'll just choose 2 seconds. So he's going to move forward 1 meter in 2 seconds. Now I can play all of this by just clicking my play button. And you see them both jumping. You'll see the dolphin jumping. You'll see the whale turning. You'll see the whale jumping up and down. So these are all different things that you can use in CoBlocks. We're going to reset it, and we'll go back again. Now, an important thing to mention when we're doing this program is that there are many, many, many things that I have not shown you. But part of learning in this particular way, this autonomous learning, is for you to make choices and then for you to use trial and error and just really experience it for yourself. Try something, try one of the blocks. If it works, great. If it does not work, that's fine. The only thing I want you to do today, the first day doing this, is just really play in the program, be able to log in and be able to try and get some kind of animal on the screen or a person on the screen and make them do something. There are many different things that you can do in this reality program. In my gallery, I have people riding bicycles. There are people that you can put in buildings, doing a lot of things in buildings, so many different things. I'm going to make a little bit of a change here. There's the transportation, you can do that. We can change our environment back to something like this. And if we want to, we can click on each of our characters and delete them. Maybe go someplace totally different. And then maybe use some new images. We're going to get rid of all of this. And maybe go to our library. And maybe we'll put a bike in here. And we can also go to characters. And we can maybe pick someone out of here to go and ride our bike. But for each of these things, we double click on them. And we have to be able to change this to co-blocks. Same thing with the bicycle. And then you can actually, if you hold your thumb down on your mouse pad, while you're doing that, you can move your finger around. You can move the people around. If you wanted to put him on the bike, you can do that. If you double click on him and go to something like animation, postures, you can actually click on ride a bike. And now, as you can see, he's riding a bike, but we do have to get him to actually be on the bike. So we're going to stop it, reset it, turn this around a little bit, magnify us. We can use our fingers on a mouse pad to magnify us in, and try to get him as close to on the bike as possible. Looks like he needs to go just a little bit forward. So these are all different ways that you can start your program. I want you today to just be able to get into the program and pick what you would like to do. As you can see, these are all my different galleries. Let me show you a couple of mine. Here's one I did with someone riding a bike. Okay, so when I click play and I turn my screen around, you'll see that I've got him riding a bike. I chose him. I made sure that I had him in riding posture. I made sure that the bike was actually moving. And then I made sure that I had the bike moving forward a certain number of meters every second. And so that's why when I actually have him moving, you'll see the bicycle actually goes forward a certain amount. Let me just reset that one more time. There he goes. Okay. There are other images here that have been made, some that you can actually look at yourself. I've had some where there are animals involved running around, like this one with the giraffe. I've also made some where there are baseball teams or football teams doing things. You see on this one, I have the giraffe running over the mouse and kicking, and the mouse running past him.
Giraffe, I'm gonna eat you.
All right, so that's an awful lot of me talking to you today. Okay, so what I want to do now is I want you to experience the program yourself. What I'd like you to do is make sure that you go into CoSpaces.com dot